Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look at the Schrade brand steel driver fixed blade. I did make a video about a similar version from a Schrade, the regime fixed blade. So it's basically like this, but a bit in a bigger form factor, so I wanted to test that out too, since we had such a good experience with the smaller one. The item comes in a typical blister packaging, steel driver, fixed blade, always 8 stainless steel, G10 handle, and the typical polymer sheet, full tang, that is important. On the back we see there is the sheet, there are the length of the blade and all that. The weight is rather heavy for what it is. I'm gonna talk about that a bit. The item itself is rather nicely done. The hollow grinding, the part here that is ground in a curve, and then the curve the other way. So it has a deep hollow grind. The same is on top, but there is no sharpened edge on top there. Of course you could if you wanted to. Really nicely done. We have a good guard, and then the nicely rounded off and contoured solid black grayish G10 scales that are held on with two screws. We have a bigger lanyard hole at the end, some serrations on top here on the grip, nothing on the bottom all the way, and some serrations on top there. So all in all, really nice for what it is. It's just a inexpensive fixed blade with a rather good steel as a blade, and the G10 as a handle material. The OS8 is comparable to 440C, and as it is heat treated correct, that's gonna give a good using blade. We have a black coating on it, unfortunately rather reflective and shiny, nothing matte. That would have been nicer. The grip got bead blasted slightly. That could have been a bit more aggressive, so it's not smooth and it's not overly textured either. It's a bit in between there from the blasting that they did. So all in all, well, the screws I took off, they have Loctite in them, so that is already good, but the handle is not glued on the full tang, so that is maybe something to consider if you want to have a really the maximum out of that knife. Then the sheet, typical design, like with the other knife, we have 2 pieces of injection molded polymer that get riveted together with those eyelets there. We have enough leashing points, mounting points, if you want to put it, say, on a backpack with a paracord, or with some zippers or the zip ties. That's what I wanted to say. That is all really easy possible. Small drainage hole there, and on the back side we have the clip. There is no belt loop or anything, it's just that clip on it. The clip has a good tension. The screws are tight in it too. There, I think they used the Loctite. I could not loosen them up, so that is relatively good too in that regards. And the blade locks in the sheet, has a slight snap so that it is locked in there. No belt loop, as I said, no nothing in that regard. You would have enough points if you remove the clip to make something for yourself if you want to have that, but that's just the way how that item comes, and I would say it's great, it works. The question is always, how long does the polymer from the locking part in the sheet they hold up to that. That I can't say yet because I did not take it in and out that long, but hopefully that is about comparable to the sheets from cold steel that are built in a similar way, hopefully with the same quality of a material, so that works. And yeah, I would say all in all, with such fixed blades, rather inexpensive ones, as long as you have a good steel for a blade, like in this case OS 8, like a 440C, that is already good, and a design that fits the needs what you have, and the size of course of the blade, and the handle that it fits your hand, then you can't go wrong. You can test that out, and I'm sure you're gonna be satisfied. What I'm gonna do with those knives, it's basically I prepare them, and then that gets used in the equipment, say in the chest rig, in some backpacks and all that, just for storage, and from time to time use. And for that purpose, such an item will last the longest time, and it's well enough for that. So there is no need to buy a bit more expensive knives with a more expensive steel blade if you don't want to, because with the items that you can get nowadays, you're pretty well off. So that much about the schrade steel drive fixed blade.